to have a few minutes. So let me see if I can get him. They have CDs. Okay, the CDs are available now. And how much are they? 20? Okay, so we have CDs available. Wow. Okay, my hearing aid has died too, on top of everything else. My phone is dead, my hearing aid is dead. I can't hear anything, so I can't hear myself. Anyway, Dave and I so appreciate everybody being here. And we're hoping that he shows up to say goodbye to all of you. But anyway, we will see you next year. touchmotherearth.com, and the organization is at touchmotherearth.org. If you don't know what we do as a nonprofit, we videotape everything we do, events, festivals, everything, and we bring the outside in to nursing homes and hospitals and places, senior centers. And we send them our YouTube channel by either postcard or letters, and they tune in to our YouTube channel. So by visiting us, they actually are here at the festival. They get to experience what they can no longer experience on the outside, and we bring those inside. So touchmotherearth.org is our nonprofit organization, and you'll always find our calendar and messages on touchmotherearth.com. And we want to know from our heart that the energy this weekend was incredible. You all did it. Okay, we may have organized it, but it's all about you. It really is. And from our hearts to your hearts, know that next year we'll be having events. And I did mention that the Build a Drum was postponed from this weekend, so that's September 16th. If you want to build a drum, it will be somewhere in New Brunswick. We're getting the location. But Stan will be better. He had COVID, so he had to cancel. And everybody who wanted to build a drum was able to, but we can now add many more people in there. There's going to be a drum circle that Saturday night. Carla is going to bring her drum circle back into us on Saturday. So it's going to be Build and Drum on Friday night, all day Saturday, and finishing up Sunday. And you'll be able to have a drum circle on Saturday night, so that'll be open. And check our website, you'll have the information. And so Hub City Drum and Dance, Carla Haynes will be supporting that on Saturday night. If there's any questions or you guys want to see our schedules, touchmotherearth.com. And I know Dave loves you, and I love you, and we love you. But thank you for being here. And that is the end of our... So thank you all. Love you guys. And thank you, you guys are rock. You really do. And all our performers who are very appreciative, they just loved the weekend. And thank you for our volunteers. Let's hear it for our volunteers that really helped bring everything together. Ah, there he is. They've been listening to me for 5 minutes.
My wife and I share everything, including one mic. Yeah, so everything she just said, thank you for her, because she's my other half, she's my wife, she's my love. And I really, those of you who knew when we started Touch Mother Earth in 2016, I was a not newly, but I was a sober single. And it took me a while to be ready to find somebody to settle down with. So having her input, her energy, her successes, her personal life, and everything that she comes with, and her scene, she had been to 2 of the earliest Touch Mother Earth, so she knew what the format was like, and she said, let's do it, yeah. And so we sat down to do it, and then of course is when the COVID came, and we ended up going virtual, so we did that, but I do absolutely think we will be accepted back here next year. We will have a questionnaire out. We'll be sending a feedback form. We want to know what worked, so we make sure we keep it, what could be improved to make sure we move it in that direction, and what do we discard just simply didn't work. You know, as an example, I know that people were worried that the far section seemed isolated, and yet we get feedback like, oh, so glad it's at the other end because the drums were on that end and I could have quiet and I could sleep. So the question is, how do you fill up the gap in between the two? More vendors, more campers, etc. We may move it a little closer, like the campers could still go back, but the activities would be a little closer. But it all comes down to, will this be too loud for that? Will the drums be too loud for this? So it's a juggling game. And now that we've done it, we know what to plan for next year. I can't imagine it anything but getting far superior even next year.
That's wonderful.
Oh, I know. I got texted to come here, but literally, and I appreciate even if I repeated things, because this has been a vision, and we have, where's Star? There we go. Star heard her dream, speak of our dream on Friday, and we'll be talking to you. Hey, who knows? Maybe in 2-3 years we'll own this campground, and then we'll just modify it the way we want.
Right. A place like this, 20 acres, and we call that Touch Mother Earth. That's the dream, our own place where we can control the parking ourselves. Yeah. So yeah, that's part of the dream.
So thank you for everybody in whatever little way that you contributed. I know, because I get that feedback. Somebody will say, you guys have the nicest people here. They helped me set up. I was struggling with that. They got it out of the car. You know, you guys told me. We get other sides. You know, I didn't know where I could find things. The map was crazy. But mostly, we heard how every little one of you took what was inside you, and over the weekend, you gave it with your heart, fully open. And we saw that. We felt that. Even if somebody got angry, it was diffused. It really was diffused. I saw it. People told me, they said, you know, I came in anxious, I didn't know anybody, and now I don't want to leave. I made new friends. We've had people who've already come up and said they want to be on board next year. Anybody who does want to be part of our planning, let us know. I see a couple of hands right here. Good. We'll talk. We'll talk. Thank you. So do be safe. If you see any garbage on the ground, be a Girl Scout. Pick it up. Yeah. In fact, the Girl Scouts were a little dirty when we got here, so we're going to leave it even cleaner. That's all right. I know the girls were not smoking that cigarette. That cigarette butt was probably us or from before. No, but I was so kind of surprised. You know, well, the good news, though, is they did clean up, because when we came to do a walkthrough and when I came to do the signs during the middle of the week, or another, we'd see like little kids' toys and cute stuff in little different buildings and areas. Somebody left their shirt in one of the pavilions. They're like, oh, what we got here, all that stuff was gone. So, honored. And oh, by the way, one last thing. How many people have either gone here as a kid or have had a daughter who came here to this camp? Yeah, I'm seeing a couple on this side. I was surprised how many people that live in this area had some deep attachment already. And actually, there's one thing I do want to share, because the vendor, right before I came over here, she said, I have to tell you something. She said, I sat and I meditated on it, and I looked around the ground, and I thought about all the people who came here, and each person was like a drop of water. And we've all now melded into one nice melting pot. And I said, you just, that was your original thought? And she said, yeah. And I said, I got to tell you something. Hank Finkel, who is reading a story over this weekend, has a book about a drop of water. And she looked at me and she goes, what do you mean? And I said, the drop of water says, I'm a drop of water, but I'm in the ocean. Am I also the ocean? And the wave comes along and moves the drops, and he says, oh, am I part of the wave? Is the wave part of the ocean? And the drop of water evaporated and went up into the cloud and said, look down, there's the ocean. Am I still the ocean? Am I still a drop of water? So I haven't read the whole story. This was based on him telling it to me and me getting that vibe. I was like, yeah, we're all drops of water. We know that story's a metaphor. So for her to say that she picked up on that vision, I said, are you sure it wasn't the Girl Scouts like all left there? She says, no, the kids and everybody here were giggling. I said, yeah. Thank you.